Hi friends, hope everyone is doing well. And sorry that it's been really a while that I have not been making any videos because was busy with doing other things. I was working on my new DVD material, which will be launched in December this year, and I'm gonna give you information about it later in our next videos. And I'm back. I'm back to YouTube, and I will start making videos every time when I have availability for that. And I hope you enjoy my videos. And today I would like to talk about interesting topic in chess and show you one interesting position. The topic is going to be king in the center. It's a pretty interesting topic in chess. The game I want to show you today is the game of Alekhine, who played this position, white against Jung. It was played in 1942. So let's try to talk about this interesting idea. What is happening in positions like these when we have opponent's king in the center? Just would like to tell you that king in the center, it's some sort of development advantage. It's when you are having good development, your pieces in the game, especially your king has castled, like here we see, but opponent has delay in his development and king is still in the center. But I would also like to tell you that this kind of advantage, like development advantage, these kind of advantages are very temporary advantage, and the advantage that you have to immediately take advantage of. If you go slow, if you don't do any aggressive things, any forcing continuations moves, then opponent is going to play castle next move, and after that you're not going to have any advantage anymore. That's why development advantage when the king is in the center, and we need to try to choose the most aggressive and immediate ways to proceed in such positions. So let's go ahead and see how Alekhine tried to take advantage of this position. And you're welcome to pause the video to think of the move. What would you play here? And let's see. Alekhine in this position plays move rook a6. Idea of rook a6 to deflect queen from protecting the bishop, sort of sacrifice rook for the bishop, and now our queen is blocking the diagonal and black king is not being able to castle. I'm going to ahead and analyze this position, of course, to see what happened in the game, but just so you know, in this position, instead of rook a6, Alekhine could simply play bishop g5 as well. And the idea of bishop g5 is to, after playing castle, rook c1, bishop e7, and queen f5, where white is still putting a lot of pressure to black position, especially to pawn on e5. It forces black to go to endgame, which is kind of very uncomfortable to play because white still has a great position here. It's very difficult to say why Alekhine did not choose this variation and he chose the other one. Probably the other one was more forcing and they're more tactical. And of course it deserves attention. After rook a6, let's go back to game. Queen a6, queen c5. Black plays queen e6. Queen e6 should be played because pawn on e5 is under attack and black does not have any choice. Instead, in case of knight d7, we can simply play bishop c6 and next move queen e5 is still coming, and the knight is also in danger. That's why queen e6 should be played. Bishop c6 check, knight d7 is the only move. We can try to understand, for example, to king d8, we can play bishop d2. Idea to play bishop a5. Black is forced to play b4, queen a5 check, queen c7, and bishop takes d7. and game is over. So bishop c6, knight d7 was played. What I would like to say here, I'm not really sure if Alekhine did calculate all variations starting with bishop d7 move, which happened in the game, because it brings two very complicated and very unclear positions. But on the other hand, I have a feeling that Alekhine sacrificed, and this sacrifice was based on his intuition, his feelings that position is good, I have two bishops, I have good attack, black king is still in the center, we don't see way out for black in this position yet. So that means attack is still continuing. And what is the material we sacrificed? Exchange and one pawn. All right, but having all these active pieces on the board will definitely compensate, and we should get something at some point. So this also could be another way that Alekhine thought of this position. Again, it's very difficult to say, but we have combinations based on intuition. Even though we're not being able to calculate all the moves ahead, we still can choose lines, moves by feelings. Like, I feel like something's going to happen here, or this position is good, I'm definitely going to have something great here. But those feelings should be based on good skills and, of course, understanding of positions. This could be another reason why Alekhine played this, because after knight d7, what happened in the game, bishop takes d7. I think this should be played because we need to weaken the king in order to proceed with attacks. Queen a7, and black made a mistake, king c6. In the game. In case if they play king d6, game is still very complicated, and I don't see how white can immediately win the game. f4 could be played in order to open up the king position. Queen d7, let's say f takes e, check, king e7, and white seems to be very active, but I don't see immediate way to win the game. So probably bishop h6, another tricky move in case if g takes h, queen f6, and then winning on h8. Could be, but I don't have to take to bishop h6. Black can play other moves. So that's why black should play king d6, and I don't know what was the calculation of Alekhine here, of course. Again, as I'm saying, it's possible that he chose it based on his intuition of the position. So king c6 was played, and this was a mistake. It provides good attacking resources for white using the c line right now. Bishop d2, rook c8, and e4. I really like e4 move. It takes off the d5 square from the king, and now we're going to attack with heavy pieces. Queen b3. In case if d takes c, bishop b3, and they're threatening queen c5 check, and then queen takes b5. Game is over. Black is not being able to protect here. Queen b3 and rook a1. Beautiful pattern. We see how now heavy pieces are performing. This is very famous pattern. It would be great if you can pause the video and see what would you do here. White is winning the game here immediately. Rook a5, queen c5, rook a7, and black resigns. So what we see in this game, let's to have a quick conclusion of the game. King is in the center. We're trying to find ways to keep that king in the center as long as possible, and trying to choose the most aggressive and most forcing variations we have. Because if we have delay, if we do some kind of quiet move or move with no threat, then opponent is going to play castle, and right after one move, advantage disappears. So keep in your mind, when you have good development with opponent's king in the center, make sure you play the most aggressive chess possible. And by playing that way, you can improve your position, you can increase your advantage and take advantage of the opponent's king in the center. All right, friends, thank you so much. I hope you like this short video. I wanted to show you this interesting topic, king in the center. Thank you for your attention. See you in our next videos. Bye-bye.